Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Blaxican, and we are gonna dive into the final part of this series. Lord have mercy, y'all. When I had this epiphany yesterday, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, clearly. I had no idea it was going to take so many parts to get this done. I really appreciate y'all bearing with me in this breakdown and listening, and I really appreciate y'all. So we are going to do the final breakdown in the series, basically breaking down why and how Disney, since 2009, by way of Princess and the Frog, have been telling black women to divest since 2009. So we're going to go ahead and get into this final part so that we can wrap this thing up with final thoughts and be done with it, and then move the conversation along in our quest to save black women and show them the beautiful, what beautiful queens they are, uplift our sisters, and continue on down this journey of explaining why black women need to divest and put themselves first. Because I think that this film has definitely made that message loud and clear. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we left off with scene 33, where Ray discovers that who Lottie was about to marry was not Naveen, but was the servant in disguise of Naveen. Naveen manages to get the necklace that the servant was using to be Naveen in disguise, and toss it to Ray. And Ray escapes, explains everything to Tiana, and gives her the necklace that was being used to transform the servant into Naveen, and tells her to run. He goes behind and continues to fight the spirits from the other side that Shadow Man is working with, and Shadow Man manages to squish Ray. So now we are in the scene 34. Let's see, we only have we're gonna go do scene 34 to scene 40 for this final video, and a final thought here, a quick final thought. So we're in scene 34. Shadow Man has just squished Ray and catches up with Tiana, who was trying to escape. And she has the necklace piece with Naveen's blood in her hand. And the moment he catches up with her, he changes up the visuals and surroundings, and puts her in a dream, basically, just a vision of what things would look like in her restaurant. Just reminds her of her destiny, what she thinks her destiny is. And in this visual, you see the restaurant in the building that she wants. It matches what she imagined it would look like. So clearly he knows what's in her mind and knows her thoughts. And basically he tells her that if she hands over the necklace, he can make this happen. She's almost there, So he reminds her of her self-doubt, reminds her of the white men who are bidding against her, reminds her of how much her dad loved her and how much he wanted this for her. Just very sneaky, very symbolic of the. This is like the essence of the thing that Black women fall for, unfortunately. And I'm speaking by personal experience too, ladies. I'm not attacking you. This is the thing that they do to get us in the first place, right? The sweet talking, the knowing our vulnerabilities and trying to use it against us, right? Knowing exactly what to say and saying whatever it takes, even if it's a lie, just to get what you want in that moment, right? Very symbolic of that. And to be honest with you, it was this scene because I was, when I was cleaning yesterday, and I was like, going about doing my thing, and then I had like stumbled upon the kids viewing a Princess and the Frog, and it was on this scene that I after the one of the numbers or whatever, that I realized, holy crap, this whole movie is about Black women divesting, and it's so weird. That it was very symbolic of that. And so Tiana, being smart and being the badass that she is, remembers, because she almost believes him, because he makes it look that good. Can you imagine just someone being capable of like showing you your dreams that you thought of and telling you could have this if you just do this? Can you imagine? Unbelievable. But Tiana is very smart and remembers what her dad taught her. And so after a struggle, she manages to break the necklace using what Naveen showed her as her benefits of being a frog. She can use it to her advantage. She breaks the little necklace, and what that does is it basically forces the Shadow Man to give up his soul, because he is already indebted to the other side, and so him breaking the necklace made him mess up. He messed up big time. He messed up big, and so he gets drugged to hell. And that represents the ultimate. It may not be literal. Not saying this is literal, but I'm saying that this kind of ties, like, that is very symbolic of the conversations that have been happening in the divestment community amongst a few for the last few days, where they're talking about like this spiritual debt Black men have to Black women. I don't know. For some reason, him making this deal, and falling back on it, messing up over and over and over and over and over again, like, it's very symbolic of the ultimate price that needs to be paid for not coming through on your word. That's what I took from it, especially with with things being more on the spiritual level with the conversation the last few days. That definitely was on the forefront. So we then transition to scene 35. We're kind of like moving along here to the end. Lottie finds out the servant is the servant and not Naveen. And we see her standards again. And she screams when she sees this ugly, fat, little white man who, was posing as Naveen, and she is disgusted. And so she screams, he run away. And then she also meets Naveen. Naveen tells her everything, including what he requires of Tiana. And so, Lottie's like, oh, snap, I get to be a princess? Hell yeah, brother, I'll kiss you. And so, not hell yeah, brother. I mean, like, an expression, not that he's her brother. Like, come on, guys, that's not what I mean. Get your head out of the gutter. So she's just like, hell yeah, I'll kiss you if I'm going to be a princess and live happily ever after. This is what I've been wanting. And so anyways, as they're about to kiss, Tiana stops him and then finally expresses to him that she loves him. And so, they have this moment of just like, finally we're here. We love each other. We will do whatever it takes to be together. Restaurant be damned. This is their destiny. I know that now. They're finally aligned on what Mama Odie was trying to explain to them when she first came to them for help. And so they are now realizing their paths in life, which is to be together in this moment. And so Lottie being so touched by Lottie, let me side note about Lottie. I know that I hope I'm not giving Lottie a hard time. Like, despite the fact Lottie is like a privileged little la la land. I mean, she's an annoying white girl, but I have a phrase for, never mind. I won't, because I may be doxing myself, actually, giving up too much information. But basically, Lottie is an ally. She's ally AF. She forced her daddy to give Tiana money so that she can put the down payment on the restaurant. They just been down with each other as kids. Lottie never made Tiana feel bad about herself because she is of the lower class. So Lottie's dope. So side note about Lottie there. So she is touched by their relationship and their newfound love, and agrees to kiss him so he can live his life so that they can live their lives happily as humans together. Unfortunately, let's see, it's too late. They end up passing midnight. She does try to kiss him, but because it's past midnight, it doesn't work. She's not able to break the spell. But they realize what their destiny is, and they're like, okay, F it. We'll be happy together as frogs. Like, at least we managed to find the good in being frogs. That'll just be the thing that unites us, right? So they're content with being frogs, and have no ill feelings of the fact that the spell was not broken to turn them back to be humans. And so we transitioned into scene 36. We get back to Ray, who's wounded very badly. He had been squished by the Shadow Man. Before Ray passes on, they managed to tell Ray that they're going to stay together as frogs and be in love together. And then Ray happily and peacefully passes on. Scene 37 transitions into Ray's funeral. There's a lot of esoterical symbols in this, and maybe it's just that they're trying to pick up on some of the cultural elements of Louisiana. But I can understand the artistic reasoning for why they set up Ray's funeral this way, and they're definitely playing on to the esoterical side of Louisiana, in the way that they have Ray transition, or how they do his funeral. And so they put him in a leaf and float him across his body across the river, and that transition that they created for him leads him to join his love in the sky, Evangeline. So Ray becomes a star, and ends up being right next to Evangeline, and they're able to live happily ever after, essentially. Right? It's a star, so they live together forever, and everybody realizing this as the sky shines bright, um, become happy and at peace as well. Um, and so then we transition into scene 38. Naveen and Tiana get married as frogs, and then the spell is broken because the because Tiana is a princess, and the way that the spell needed to be broken is for Naveen to marry or to kiss a princess. So he has now kissed a princess. That broke the spell. And then we see a black woman marry her mother effing prince. Mama Odie laughs because, of course, she knew this all along. And then we have she looks fabulous. She said this is the iconic green outfit that we saw in the advertisements for the film. All the princesses have their iconic costumes, princess costumes, and so we see her luxurious green one as she transforms back into a human and princess, and she says, "You kissed yourself a princess," and then he's like, "And I'm about to do it again," and I'm like, "Oh, Naveen! I'm about to do it again." I heard that, boy. So anyways, we transition into scene 39. They have their human wedding, the royal blessing. They get their blessing from his parents. And then we transition to the final scene. Tiana and Naveen together are able to secure the building. The crocodile finally is useful. He growls at the two white realtors, and they agree to take the down payment that they originally agreed to. And so, basically we end with the number "Dreams Do Come True" in New Orleans. And so, yeah, that's the end of the movie. And so, final thoughts. We went through all this just to get to this point. I stand by what I said. If you listen to all that commentary and don't understand that this movie was that this movie was about black women divesting, I don't know what to tell you. This was the start of the quote unquote agenda. This was the okay, we're just gonna start a little by little trying to program black women and convince them into divesting before it became clear as day with Godfrey having his meltdown of the advertisements. Now it's clear as day that this is what they're doing, that they're trying to tell women to divest. So yeah, this Tiana. Okay, so here we go. All jokes aside, Tiana, her character, she been divested. I feel like Tiana was divested. The divestment movement is about putting yourself first, and the rest will follow. As you can see throughout this whole commentary, I explain many, many, many examples of how Tiana put herself. That ultimately led her into the opportunity to rest in her femininity, feel what that's like, love it, and basically in the end it got her the prince. She turned him into the man that his parents wanted him to be all along, and he stood by her and gave her the connections that she needs in order to make that happen. And that I think that her character is definitely symbolic of the divested woman for sure. So that's why I think that this movie isn't about the divestment. We have Naveen, the prince. He is royalty. But it ended up, his privileged lifestyle ended up blowing up in his parents' face. And so they did what they had to do to have him learn. And kudos to them, right? For forcing him. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. I know that Naveen is not a black man, but we can apply the same principle to black men. The problem with black men in Blackistan is that they are very protected. They are never forced to be in positions to fall on their ass. And whenever they do fall on their ass, they end up in jail or they die. Right? But because, black women don't want to for that to happen, they are willing to do whatever it takes to try to prevent the latter from happening, death or jail. And so black men never have to fall on their asses, and nothing good can come of never having a life lesson, right? And that is prevalent in Blackistan. We've all seen it. Black men never have to fall on their ass. And Naveen, he had to fall on his ass. He's set to take on the throne. You need to learn what it's like to be a man. And so they cut his ass off. They said, go to New Orleans, good luck. It cut his ass off. And kudos to them for doing that, because with them doing that, he manages to be forced into a position where he meets Tiana, and she, because black women are able to do this, forces him to see the thing that his parents, she put a big greasy mirror in his face, and he saw himself and did not like what he saw, and set to change that, especially if it means making Tiana happen. And we hear white men say this about black women all the time on this platform. Okay. We have Ray. You guys know how I feel about Ray, ally to black women. He is one of the people who would basically, if he sees a black woman in trouble, he will put his life on the line to save her. Definitely. And knows a lot about life, understands love, and takes care of his family. So we love Ray. We have the Croc. He's self-hating. I think, I don't know. I got self-hating vibes, of course, most of the movie. But in the end, I think that with the things that he was basically forced to be a part of, did shape him to, I guess, have a little bit of courage in the end. And hopefully that means that he can work on his self-hating ways and accept the fact that he is a damn crocodile who knows how to play the trumpet, and you should just be that and calm the hell down and stop. And then, I did skip over him, with when they did go see Mama Odie. Mama Odie told him, you dig a little deeper, you'll find everything you need. So hopefully he did. And so who do we have? Who else do we have? We have the Shadow Man, representative of the Dusties in Blackistan, predatory, always wanted a quick come up, willing to hurt others because the quick come ups aren't failing. He doesn't want to get it through the mud. That's very typical. We hate this person. We see it all the time in a world. No, not even hate, because they're not even that worth our hate. But we do see this person all the time. This is probably one of the primary reasons why black women need to divest. We see it in the Shadow Man. Who else we got? The servant. He is a Dusty, whether he's white or black, or symbolic of white or black culture. We can say clearly white culture just because he is white. So fine, we'll stick to that. But he is a Dusty nonetheless. You can. Ooh, y'all. I don't know what happened, but for some reason, my recording got interrupted. So let me continue. So yeah, why the servant is a white dusty. We also have Mr. LaBeouf. He is symbolic of the dominating culture, the ones that took what they want. He is representative of power. He is an ally. Nonetheless, maybe he can be symbolic of somebody who took what he wanted and then after he got what he wanted, maybe did some good deeds after that. But anyways, I get ally vibes from Mr. LaBeouf, or maybe it came organically as Tiana's mom became he became a frequent client of hers. So perhaps this relationship grew organically. We also have Lottie, who is the heir to the power. She is protected. She is afforded a very wealthy lifestyle. She has high standards. She is only willing to date outside her race if it benefits her. And we see that a lot. Who else do we have, y'all? I think that's everybody. Oh, Evangeline. So I think Evangeline is representative of where it all starts and where it all ends. It starts here, it ends here. It starts with a dream. You take it with you. And then you end up exactly where you're meant to be. I think that Evangeline is very representative of that. And I'll say this. Black women, you continue to follow your star. You do your star. That is, I think, the bottom line. No matter who you decide to fall in love with, put yourself first. Make sure that this person is going to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. If you don't know how you're supposed to be treated, spend time with yourself. Figure yourself out. Love yourself. Be like Tiana. And just do you. And let them gravel at your feet. Okay? So, all right, those are my final thoughts, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thank you for listening. Bye.